And hello, all of my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back once again to Ace Attorney Truth and Consequences, the Shattered Turnabout. Last time we got through the investigation part of this trial, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually kind of stoked to find out the rest of what's gonna happen here, because, well, I'm just that excited. I've actually been excited since last night. I barely got any sleep. I know that's not very healthy, but I still do feel well rested, kind of. Anyways, let's get into it. January 2nd, 10 a.m., Hazakura Temple courtroom. Ooh, and this looks really fancy. Court is now in session for the trial of Pearl Fey. Oh, it's got. What voice did I give you? Also, I know that this is actually in the Phoenix Wright universe, but the colors and stuff in this courtroom kind of remind me of Kitakami from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet a little bit. It's really nice. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. I must ask, why are you allowing Mr. Phoenix Wright to introduce unreliable evidence? Unreliable evidence? If I'm understanding correctly, we are participating in a seance. We are not channeling the spirit of the dead, merely relying upon a pool to tell us the answers. It introduces a piece of evidence that is not necessarily reliable. I can personally attest to its reliability. I could not have solved any cases without them. You needed a seance to solve your cases? Did you really collect enough real evidence? Did you not connect? Shouldn't we consider everything we can? We have the Princess of Kurain here, and this is a unique opportunity. I hope you're not rejecting it before at least taking a look at it. And if it shows that the culprit is the defendant, what then? Will you concede victory to me? Pearls wouldn't do this. Well, as long as we're speculating, let's submit your personal bias into the evidence as well. Miss Von Karma, I hope you're not implying that I would allow this without researching it myself. I suppose not, Your Honor. She backed down pretty fast. If she wants to stay on the judge's good side, I can see why. But I have a feeling she just wants to get the proper trial. Mr. Wright, as you have experienced in this matter, would you guide me through it? Of course. The defense calls Rafa Padmakurayan to the stand. Ooh. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Honor. Miss, your surname is Kurayan? Yes, but if it is easier for you, you may just address me as Rafa. I am not used to being addressed by my surname. Very well. What is the standard procedure? I am going to perform the divination seance. Then we will be able to observe the resulting insight in the pool of souls. And what exactly are we observing? Is the victim going to tell us something? In a way, yes. We will witness her final moments and observe the last sensations she experienced. Barbed Head will then explain how what we are seeing isn't truly what it looks like. And he will probably be right. That I can believe. Reva, would you prefer that you do not use I would prefer you that you not use derogatory terms to refer to the defense. It's fine, Your Honor. I've grown quite used to it, and I don't mind at all. I suppose there are stranger things to be called. Yes, there are. Quite a lot. I still find Francisca addressing me by my full name is a lot more unsettling. Agreed. What's that look for? I was looking at pearls. Am I easier to read? She looks okay. At least she doesn't look any worse. Still, she isn't acknowledging anything that's happening. I'm starting to wonder if she's experiencing some sort of sensory overload. I know the feeling. Hang in there, Pearls. It's going to be okay. Are the preparations complete? I was waiting for Barbed to stop muttering to himself. Oh, sorry. Go on. I really need to be more aware of my body does when I'm lost in thought. he's kind of like Deku from My Hero Academia, always muttering to himself. What do we need to do to allow you to proceed? You need only watch. I have done this many times. Although I would like the lights dimmed. Ooh. Bardhead, if we are to do this properly, please remove my robe once more. Of course, your benevolence. Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh, Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Oh, they got the voice acting?
Everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. Oh, dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Oh, here we go. Oh, it's so good. Whoa, it's still bone chilling every time I see it. It's like I've seen that animation in the demo. It's just so good. Oh, and here we go. I'm about to see the last memories. How are they gonna animate this though? That's my question. Nothing? But but how? Did we just waste all this time to stare into the bottom of a pool? This is a trial, not a dance recital. How dare you! That dance is a sacred tradition! Rafa, are you alright? I'm fine, Barbed Head. There's no reason for this to have failed. Wasn't this seance supposed to show the victim's final moments? Yes, that's what's supposed to happen. I certainly did it correctly. Then, is it possible Nadia's still alive? Yes, that must be it. But that can't be right. If she's alive, whose body did we just find? No. What is it this time? Can't be. Can't. Barbed Head? Nick? Nick, are you alright? There's only one explanation for this to make sense. No, 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 no. You cannot be telling me she's a ghost. If Nadia's still alive, she must be channeling someone. But if she's alive, only one other person could be... Maya? No. Maya, No, Nick. Nadia is dead. She's not channeling anyone. We can't. We can't know unless... I'm not dead. I'm sure of it. How? I just know. It wasn't my body you found. Is there a way to verify that? We could. Spirit severing. Spirit severing? If someone performs a spirit severing technique on me and nothing happens, that would prove it, right? Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Greta mentioned one of the Megatamas was used for spirit severing. Yes. If you are, you'd be severed. And this trial would be uh, about your... Do you trust me? Yes. Then let me prove I'm alive. I have a magatama of parting, if that would be simpler. Yes, that would be fine. When you hold it up to someone, you have to focus on parting the spirit from their body. If it's effective, the person performing the technique will feel the spirit as it parts. It's not something I can describe in words, but trust me, you know if it works. Okay, Rifa, let's show Nick it's really me. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's saving. There, you see? I'm not dead, Nick. There's another reason it didn't work. Yes, there's another reason. I'm okay, don't worry about me. Then why didn't it work? You were partially right, Nick. Nadia must have been killed while she was channeling someone. You're right, that makes sense. But who? Who was she channeling? It could be anyone. Does she have a loved one who died? Her father, maybe. Like for Nadia to become the master of Kurain? Or Kurain? I can't. I doubt it. They were close, but he had nothing against it. Okay, nothing against Maya. Okay, to be honest, the green is a nice little color. I love characters that wear green. She looks good in it, even though she could be a bit of a pain towards Nadia. He wouldn't have wanted Nadia to be master? You aren't serious, right? If he were killing Maya to make Nadia master, Pearl would have to die as well. My father was no fool. He knew it. He knew it would get traced directly back to Nadia. Such a plan would be ridiculous, particularly since she never wanted to be master to begin with. Then it's not something we can just guess at random, is it? Rafa, if we do figure out who she was channeling, could they provide an insight? Or would it only show their first death? There is a way, but I've never done it before. But since there were there are more mediums here, it's possible there are instructions somewhere. I'll try to find the answer by tomorrow, but I can't promise anything. So if I can't prove Pearl innocent today, the most I can do is delay until tomorrow. Jeez, no pressure. Lack of insight. Nadia had no insight, but this could have been due to her channeling someone when she died. Now that we wasted time discovering that the victim was in fact the victim, let's get on with it. No dance around somewhere else, princess. How dare you? I'll know that I'm a future queen of Wright. You insolent prosecutor! Dare you defile the witness stand with the foul whip? If you were in Kurayan, you would have you flogged for this display. Foolish fool stews in foolish ways of a foolish company. Ugh! Ugh, God! I'm surprised I even got through that line in one go. Were you calling me a fool? Clearly, your cognitive abilities render you capable of understanding basic English, so you tell me. Why, I have never been so insulted in my life! You haven't lived very long. Miss Okama, that is enough. If you antagonize her further, I'll have to penalize you. Riva, you may go. Thank you for trying. I suppose we'll have to continue with the trial as we usually do. That sounds perfectly reasonable. Let's go back to evidence-based discussions instead of speculations. In that case, I believe it is time for opening statements. Ms. Okama, you may begin. Thank you, Your Honor. Prosecution asserts that Pearl Fei killed Nadia Liev in the summoning chamber. Her fingerprints were found on the murder weapon, the statue of Mystic Moira. Her blood was also found in the shard of glass and on the floor of the chamber near the body. Luminol revealed a blood trail from the chamber to Pearl's bathroom, which had first aid and supplies. The victim bears a striking resemblance to her cousin Maya Fey. This creates a motive. The prosecution asserts that she killed Nadia in a failed attempt to kill Maya. What? Let me finish, Mr. Phoenix Wright. That's completely ridiculous. Pearls killed Maya? She would never do that. Mr. Wright, you will have your chance to present your opening statement. If you interrupt Ms. Okama again, I will have to penalize you. Don't lose it, Phoenix. She needs you. You can't afford to mess this up. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Please continue your statement, Ms. Okama. As I said, the prosecution asserts that she intended to kill Maya. But she was raised to obey her mother completely and without question. While her mother intended for her to be Master Karain. I keep mispronouncing it, damn it. While I am by no means stating that she wanted to kill Maya Fey, the prosecution asserts that she felt that she had no other choice. It is very difficult to break out of that conditioning. She felt compelled to do it, regardless of her personal feelings. I don't believe that for a second. Pearls would never try to kill Maya. Never. Although... what is in those black locks? What is she hiding? No. I can't believe it. I won't believe it. That's not the answer. She knows she has a choice. It doesn't matter how she was raised. Even if she turns out to be guilty, I know she would never try to kill Maya. When Maya out of the Christian master... about the Christian master of Kurain, Puro was running out of time. She had to act and obey her mother's orders, or it would be too late. This would be her last chance to do what her mother had been raising her to do. Given the amount of evidence and urgency of her task, her guilt is clear. Why is she acting so smug about this? Doesn't she understand what's at stake here? And here I was thinking she'd changed. Thank you, Mr. Okama. Mr. Wright, please give your opening statement. Your Honor, members of the jury, I have known Pearl since she was an innocent child. The idea that she felt compelled to kill Maya simply doesn't make sense. Morgan Fay's influence on her ended 10 years ago when she was executed for her crimes. Regarding the evidence, I admit that there's a lot of it. My belief in her innocence remains absolute. We are here to find out what happened in that chamber. And when we do, I am confident that I can prove that Pearl Fay did not kill anyone. Neither the cousin she adores nor Nadia Lief. Thank you, Mr. Wright. The prosecution would like to call its first witness, Miss Emma Skye, to the stand. Ooh, here we go. Please state your name and occupation for the court. Emma Skye, forensics investigator. And you investigated the crime scene? Yes. And, regardless of your personal findings, you investigated in an unbiased manner. Yes, I did. I'm not going to sabotage an investigation of my own personal biases. I also brought the autopsy report and crime scene photo. I just received them. Autopsy record as a court record. In crime scene photo. Thank you, Miss Emma Skye. Miss Skye, you may begin your testimony. Ooh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I can feel it. Witness testimony. Inside the chamber. Murder occurred sometime between 11:30 p.m. December 31st and 3 a.m. January 1st. The victim was struck in the head with the marble statue of Mystic Moira and died instantly. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the sides of the statue, though the base was wiped off. There was a lot of broken glass all over the chamber, indicating some kind of struggle. One glass shard had the defendant's blood on it, and she has a cut on her hand. Maya Fey was the only person other than the victim and the defendant who was present at the scene. The defendant prepared the ceremonial tea right that night, and Maya was found to be drugged. The defendant was in the chamber that night is undeniable. But no other suspects were proven to to have been there at the time. So the defendant was in the chamber at some point last night and cut her hand. That's very compelling evidence. I imagine it would be hard to refute. Yes, she was definitely there, but due to her aphonia, she has yet to explain why. Thank you, Miss Emma Sky. And now, Mr. Phoenix Wright, I have a question for you. How exactly are you going to prove that Pearl Fey did not kill her? When the only other person present was Maya Fey, who was drugged and unable to move. I'm not going to jump to conclusions right away. The evidence is simply too compelling to prove Pearl wasn't there. Emma's right. It's undeniable. What were you doing in there, Pearls? I know you weren't there to kill Maya. I just know it. I accept Pearl was in the chamber at some point. There's no refuting that. But being in the chamber and committing the murder are two entirely different things. I agree. Her presence alone does not incriminate her. So then who else could have killed Nadia Liev? Between the two of us, I'm sure we can figure it out. It's the kind of attitude I want to see in my courtroom. Oh, I like how happy she is. Look at her little smile. Oh, and it's gone. You may perform a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Oh, here we go. Cross-examination. This is where the gameplay truly begins. This is what we were waiting for, people. Oh. Okay, it seems fine. Oh, wait, whoa. New voice for Phoenix? We're not using the default voice? Okay, I'll take it. That's fine. Hold it. This is due to the autopsy report, correct? The medical examiner couldn't ascertain the exact time of death. He provided a window of time. If you can narrow that down, we can certainly update the report. So I would need to prove when she died. It would help someone's case. That's true. It could just as easily hurt mine. Even so, that seems a very important detail to figure out. Luton was struck in the head with the marble statue of Mystic Moira. Hold it and died instantly. Hold it! And you're certain it was a murder weapon? It couldn't have been something else? It is definitely the murder weapon, without a doubt. The injury on her head matched the shape of the statue's head. We also found that Miss Liev's blood on it. We've ascertained that the killer was right-handed due to the angle. That doesn't do much to narrow down our suspects. I'm right-handed, so are you, and most people are. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure scientifically, like, I'm pretty sure in like a scientific stance, like 10% of the world's population is left-handed. That's true. The only people that rules out are Dats and Apollo, and I didn't suspect them in the first place. If you can prove the murder weapon was something else, we can definitely assume it was a statue. Referring to the second part of your statement, are you certain the victim died instantly? It's a guess based on injuries that were found. I suppose it's technically possible she was alive for a while after that. But without a message in blood or something, it's not important to the case. Aw, dude, don't reference Mia, dude. Come on, she was my I mean, don't get me wrong. Mia is my second favorite female character in this series. But like, dude, I don't want to be remembering some trauma. If she survived for even a short time afterwards, she wouldn't have been able to move. So what you're saying is that it doesn't matter whether or not it was instantaneous. No, it wouldn't make a difference either way. But the defendant's fingerprints were found on the sides of the statue, so the base was wiped off. The killer wiped down the base of the statue. Why not wipe the whole thing down? It's possible there was limited time. They may have been at risk of discovery. In the middle of the night? Perhaps Maya was coming too. I suppose that's possible. The statue was originally in the meditation room. Someone had to have carried it to the summoning chamber, right? Yes, but it wasn't there when I last saw Maya that night. Pearls couldn't have carried it. Could have carried it in, but not used it to strike the victim. To play devil's advocate for a moment, why would she do that? There were plenty of heavy objects in the summoning chamber. Why bring the statue? Mystic Moira was Pearl's favorite ancestor, but that would make her less likely to use it. I think whoever used the statue specifically used it to attack Nadia. It's the only explanation that makes sense. But did they bring it to kill Nadia with it? Yes, why else pick it up? It isn't used for any traditional ceremonies. Not that I know of. It's a commemorative statue, nothing more. That leads back to my question. Why bring it into the chamber? That makes it look premeditated, but I can't help but think this murder was the spur of the moment. Got anything to back it up? Just a hunch. Afraid a hunch is about as useful as a pool of souls was today. That's true, but if you want to prove your hunch, by all means. I'm open to any theories you have so long as there's adequate proof. There's one conclusion we can draw from the scene because there was a lot of broken glass all over the chamber, indicating some kind of struggle. Hold it! You think the struggle was between Nadia and the killer? Probably. I don't know for sure. And what would be the reason for a second struggle in the same chamber at the same night? I don't know. Nadia was channeling someone, right? Isn't it possible whoever she channeled was violent? Alright, let's go down the rabbit trail. The term is rabbit hole, but sure. Let's assume Nadia channeled a violent criminal who attacked Pearl and the moment she entered. At the risk of sounding like a school child, who do you think would win such a fight? Pearl Fey, who is 5 feet tall, 105 pounds, or just about anyone else? If you're suggesting that she channeled someone as backup, whom? Is this whole trial going to be a game of who channeled whom? Pearl had no reason to channel anyone that night. She wouldn't do it just for fun either. Channeling takes a great deal of concentration. It's extremely unlikely that she could suddenly channel someone mid-fight. I mean, okay, I channeled Mia in a moment of distress before, but she's family. Unless she accidentally channeled Morgan or Dahlia, which I doubt, your theory makes no sense. Point taken, but we also have to remember the eclipse. That's true, but I just don't think she did it. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's a gut feeling. We can guess one person who is likely involved because of the evidence we found in the scene. One glass shard of the defendant's blood on it, and she has a cut on her hand. Hold it! Out of all the pieces of glass in the chamber, it was only on one shard? Why not more of them? That's the weird part. Most of the individual shards of glass were wiped down. Supposing that Pearl is the killer for the sake of an argument, why would she do that? Hypothetically, I suppose it would be to remove her DNA and fingerprints from the scene. But she missed some pieces. Could there be another reason? Do you think there could have been someone else there? Maybe someone the killer didn't want anyone to know was there? Possibly. I think they were wiped down to hide the killer's identity. But there may have been another reason for all we know. To conceal evidence. Unless we figure out what exactly happened in there, we can't know for sure. Could it be something as simple as hiding DNA or something more complicated? Do you think they left Pearl's blood and fingerprints intact on purpose? To frame her? How could they tell the difference? Could they have been wearing gloves? If they had been wearing gloves, there would be no fingerprints to wipe off. Doesn't it make much more sense that they attempted to hide their crime but missed a spot or two? Much as I hate to admit it, that's the most logical conclusion we can reach right now. But I'm definitely going to keep thinking about this. There's something else that doesn't make sense. In your hypothetical scenario, Pearl killed Nadia and wiped the shards down. She knew she'd been cut, so she would know at least one shard of glass would have blood on it. That would incriminate her. Wouldn't she go looking for it specifically? I think we can safely assume that were this the truth, she would be extremely emotional. Emotions cloud your judgment. She must have simply forgotten to check. Did Luminor blood reveal blood on the ear shards? Tiny drops, yes, likely wiped off. For all we know, it was someone else's blood. The only blood we could find was visible and could be tested was Pearl's. We found Maya's DNA, if in a few places, but we already knew that. My fate was the only person other than the victim and the defendants that was present at the scene. Hold it! Maya was drugged. There's no way for her to have done it. Calm down, Phoenix. I wasn't suggesting she was the killer. Old habits die hard, huh? They sure do. But if someone does accuse you of a crime, I'll defend you too. I'd rather you didn't. What? Why not? Because Pearl is your client. Don't turn on her on my account. Maya, how could you think I would do something like that to her? Nick, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Of course you wouldn't. It's okay, but that's not going to come up anyway. Those were some very powerful drugs. It's a miracle you survived. All her DNA proves that she was present. You were there that night too, Phoenix. To check for someone hiding in the chamber, yes. Yeah, I've been meaning to ask, why did you do that? You're not usually that paranoid. It's a long story. No one else was there? No. As of the time I left, no one else was in the chamber with Maya. I'm certain of it. I checked every inch of that place. We found some fingerprints that back up your account. Then why am I not under suspicion? Are you seriously asking such a ridiculous question? Name one person less likely to kill Maya Fey than you. Pearls? Nice try, Mr. Phoenix Wright. But we have confirmed that Nadia was killed because of mistaken identity. True, so we should probably move on from this topic. The defendant prepared the cereal tea that night, and Maya was found to be drugged. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, honestly. That the defendant was in the chamber that night is undeniable. But you know what, let's just press on the statement anyway. She prepared the tea, but that doesn't mean she drugged it. Let's think logically about this for a moment. Maya is taller and heavier than Pearl, correct? Correct. If Pearl were there to kill her, she'd need to make sure Maya can't fight back. She wouldn't try to kill her. Yes, Ms. Phoenix Wright, you've made your opinion abundantly clear. And your opinion holds as much weight as it did the last time you voiced it. Your feelings will not change the truth. She's right, Nick. You can't just present an emotional argument and expect them to believe it. Are you trying to say you think she's guilty too? What? Are you seriously asking me that? I'm sorry. Maya. Of course I'm not. Of course not. It's okay. I'm just trying to help you. And she's right. You can't just appeal to emotion without proof. I know. That was stupid of me. Alright, kiss and makeup so we can get on with it. Yeah, I had a feeling that would get your attention. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Cause she's a hopeless romantic. Oh no, wait, that Phoenix is the hopeless romantic. I'm glad to see you haven't changed too much, Pearls. Point is, a drugged Maya would be easier to kill. You're right, she would be. That's probably why she was drugged. Whoever drugged her meant to kill her. And who else would have a motive? You're forgetting that Nadia, not Maya, was killed. Was Nadia drugged? No drugs were found in her system. But she made the bread, right? Yeah, but why would Nadia want to kill me? Her logic is going around in circles. No one else has a motive. Rose didn't have a motive either. I'll admit that it seems a bit out of character for her. But people do out of character things all the time, don't they? Miss Athena Sykes was uncharacteristically abrasive a few days ago, was she not? She was under a lot of stress. Someone tried to make her think she'd gone insane. My point exactly. People do strange things under enough pressure. Acting a bit out of character once in a while doesn't mean a peaceful person would turn homicidal. Hiro was raised to obey unconditionally and put Corrine above herself. Even if it's been a long time, don't you think it's possible that she felt compelled to do something? No, I don't think it's possible at all. The way you're talking about her, you're making it sound like she couldn't control herself. Do you think people raised by abusive parents choose the things they struggle with? I'd be very careful how I answer that question if I were you. I think you made your point. Even so, I'm not saying that's definitely what happened. That's why we have something called reasonable doubt. It's your job to introduce it, Mr. Phoenix, right? Your client is unable to speak right now. What say you? How can you prove me wrong? Pearls, why? Why didn't you confide in someone? Surely you know how much we love you and would want to help you. Maybe I should have told you that before all this happened. What are you hiding? What is in those locks? I hope you know that if this turns out to be true, we'll still love you just as much. But what sort of drugs were found in Maya's system anyways? Diazepam? Diazepam? An anti-anxiety drug and muscle relaxer. It would have kept her from being able to move on high doses. That's not good. Pearl's been on diazepam for a few months now. She has? I didn't know that. Why does she need it? Anxiety. She gets worked up about things. It helps, so she says. So in theory, Pearl could have just dosed your tea with her own medication? In theory, yes, but again, that doesn't mean she did. It could have been stolen from her, or coincidental. That's true. It just goes back to motive. Instead of talking about why Pearl has a motive, you should talk about why someone else might. Wasn't the goal to kill Maya? It seems that way, but we can't be sure. I'll add it to my testimony if you want. Yes, please do. That seems like something we should discuss. Ooh, okay. Due to the victim's resemblance to Maya, the victim was likely killed due to mistaken identity. Hold it. We've been operating under that assumption for a while now. Is that really true? Why would someone want to kill Nadia? Do you think that might have been the scene of the crime to make us think that? That's an interesting idea. Perhaps, but it is unsubstantiated. Can you prove that the killer wasn't targeting Maya? Can I prove that? I feel like I could prove it, but at the same time I can't. Maybe something in the court record could help. General leader of Corrine Village drawn by pearls. Fireworks. 10-minute walk to... Yeah, all these are a 10-minute walk. Chambers right here. Meditation room, side room. Main manor. Let me know if you need help. Pearls. Okay. I feel like I can prove it though. Because like that's the whole point, right? Totally can. There is evidence that could prove the killer wasn't going after Maya specifically. Ooh, okay. Well, wait. Could be this? Lack of insight? Nadia had no insight when Rafa attempted the divination seance. This confirms that she was channeling someone when she died. Emma, something's wrong with that logic. The killer may not have been going after Maya that night. They weren't, but Nadia looks like her and was found in the summoning chamber. That's true, but Nadia didn't look like Maya when she died. She was channeling someone. You're right. She would have looked completely different. Yeah, because like I actually remember a bit of ancillary trivia is that whenever Maya or anyone in the Fae family channels someone, they take on the appearance of that person, but the clothes and hair buns stay the same. That's why some people would probably mistaken them for Maya. That makes so much sense. I can't believe I missed that. Whoever Nadia was channeling might have been the intended target. Rafa, is there any other reason someone wouldn't have an insight? No, I don't think so. Assuming they were definitely dead. If they were unconscious, the insight would show that they were dreaming. The senses would still work, so you could get some information out of it. But if they were channeling, their spirit would be in a kind of stasis. I'd say that's the only way it would be possible for someone not to have any insight. So Nadia was definitely channeling someone. I told you Barbed Head would be right. Very well. I will accept that Nadia was channeling someone. But that doesn't mean the killer wasn't going after Maya. They wear their hair in a similar way Maya was last seen in the chamber. It would be easy to assume it was Maya from those two facts alone. Alright, that's true. But it was Nadia's body in the chamber, not Maya's. Is it possible the person you met in the chamber before it was closed was Nadia? No, of course not. I know Maya. There's no way she could have fooled me. And I was there. I know he was there too. Wait, is Zin Yep still in prison? I think so. Then yeah, it was definitely Nick. Glad to know Jin Ep. Oh, Jin Ep is Phoenix backwards. Oh, I get it. Being in prison is the only way you can verify it was me. It's not exactly the first time a crime was reenacted to create an alibi. What are you talking about? It's kind of an inside joke. And I'm sure it's very funny in context, but keep those inside jokes outside of the courtroom. Would they be outside jokes then? Maya, this trial is very serious. Then maybe I'm trying to lighten the mood so you don't get too stressed out. So look over at Pearl. Oh, she's smiling! Oh, okay, that's actually very helpful. Please keep doing that. Roger. To get back to the point, I think we can safely assume that Maya was alone in the chamber for a while that night. Oh, that's right. If you look at the summoning chamber security logs, I left at around 11:37. Maya was alone. The next time the door opened was 12:32, almost an hour later. I didn't open the door. How did it get opened? That's what I've been wanting to know. The only person that had access to the spare key was Bikini. Could she have given it to someone? I don't think she'd have done that. Not intentionally, at least. There was no evidence on tampering on the lock itself. That means whoever did this is either the world's best lockpicker or just had the key. I'd be inclined to think the intruder had the key. As of course, it was Kay Faraday, but I still heard the matter that night. No, it definitely wasn't Kay. So somehow our intruder got a key. Why did Bikini give it to them? You could always ask her yourself. Yes, I think that would be the best course of action. In that case, the prosecution calls Sister Bikini to the stand. Ooh, okay. I like the fact that she needs 2 boxes to stand up tall with everyone else. That's so funny. Please state your name and occupation for the court. Why, you're the same prosecutor the last time I testified too. What are the odds? Yes, I remember I remember to get you in the milk crates this time around. Least you can do is state your name and occupation in a timely manner. You don't stopping to smell the roses, do ya? Oof. Name and occupation. You need to hit me, I'll tell you. Jeez. I'm Sister Bikini, but you can just call me Bikini. I'm the head nun of the Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. At the time, I was also assisting in the upcoming festival in Kurain. And you were in charge of keeping the key to the Sunny Chamber safe, correct? Yes, but I fear I may have done something wrong. It's okay, Bikini, just tell us what happened. Yes, that's the only way I can make this right. Ooh. Witness testimony, let's go. Come on, we need more. I gave Maya the spare key. The night of the murder, Maya knocked on my door just before midnight. She told me she lost her key to the chamber, and she wanted the spare. I should have chastised her for losing something so important, but I was tired. I was sure she'd find it come morning, so I gave her the spare key. Then I went back to bed. I didn't think much of it until morning. Miss Faye came to you before midnight asking for the key? Yes, I'm sure of it. She was wearing exactly what she's wearing now. It would seem that Maya Faye is keeping a few secrets. Why did you visit Bikini at midnight? I never did. Then you are suggesting that the witness is lying? No, I don't know. I don't think she's lying, or at least she's not doing so on purpose. There must be an explanation. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Hey. The night of the murder, Maya knocked on my door just before midnight. You're sure it was just before midnight? I looked at the clock as I was rolling out of bed. It was 12:01 a.m., I think. Something like that. And the clock set to the correct time? Yes, I'm sure of it. I know that's what it was. I do recall wondering that someone was what someone was doing there at midnight. That might have been the way to wish me a happy new year. But it was Maya? Yes, certainly was. She told me she lost her key to the chamber, and she wanted a spare. Hold it? She lost her key to the summoning chamber? That's what she told me. She asked me for the spare. And why is it that you keep the spare for situations like this? Yes, that's exactly why. Though I recall thinking it was very irresponsible of her. I should have chastised her for losing something so important, but I was tired. Because it was midnight? I'm sleeping. I probably looked a real wreck. Cleaned up nicely, don't I? You didn't ask her any more questions? I know I should have. Like I said, was tired. Besides, I was sure she'd find it come morning, so I gave her the spare key. So you thought she just misplaced it? That's what she told me, yes. She sound like Maya? She was whispering. I thought she might have not wanted to awaken Rafa. Did Rafa happen to see her? No, I didn't see her until that morning. She she was asleep the whole time. Did you check on her? I thought she was capable of putting herself to bed, so no. Fair enough, I guess. She's 15 years old. She's not a kid. So you were the only one who saw Maya that night. I didn't see anyone else out there. I do wish I remembered it more clearly. I didn't realize it would be so important. And after that, then I went back to bed. I didn't think much of it until morning. Hey, I mean, that sounds fine. I'm gonna press on it anyways. So you can't think of anything else? No other details? I'm afraid my memory of it last night isn't very sharp. I was tired after all. So you just went to bed after that? No, I think I had a drink of water first. Is that important? I don't think so. It was just a drink of water. She seems sincere. Like she's not trying to obscure any information. Still, something feels off about this story. I didn't leave the chamber. You believe me, right? I do, but I think there's another explanation. I didn't murder Maya and knocked on my door just before midnight. Just before midnight, right? It's gotta be one of the logs, right? Okay, Maya, Pearl, Greta. Oh, there. Okay, summoning chamber. Meditation room. Closed. Athena entered. Apollo and I entered. Side room. Security logs of dwellings 1 through 4, which house just about everyone else. That's an Albie, Trissy, Athena, Bikini, and Rafa. 12:02 a.m. Door open and closed. Yeah, it was around midnight, I'd say. Yeah, but I feel like it's this one though. The Fame Manor security logs. It's gotta be one of these logs, right? Ooh, that's a powerful objection voice line. Bikini, there's something seriously wrong with your testimony. There is? Already? Take a look at security log. I know that I left Maya locked in the chamber around at 11:37 p.m. But look at the next time it was opened. 12:32. Oh my, you're right. There's no way Maya could possibly have left the chamber without activating the security system. But then, if it wasn't Maya, who did I see? Who did Bikini see that night? I mean, they found it chamber dressed as Maya, though we don't know why she was there in the first place. Has to be her. You did see someone that night. Someone who could easily have been mistaken for Maya. In fact, I made the same mistake myself the next morning. The person you saw was the victim, Nadia Liev. What? Nadia always wears a different color to tell them apart. That's true, but if she wanted to fool you, all she had to do was dress like Maya. Then she could get the spare key herself and have full access to the chamber. And we know she did because her body was still found dressed that way. Oh, yes, I understand now. You must understand. I would never have given the key away if I had realized. I'm sure you wouldn't have, but it was the middle of the night. I bet it was dark. That's true. I was very tired. Miss Bikini, it sounds like an honest mistake. Just looking at the pictures, I can understand how you could get them mixed up. Yeah, like the major difference is like not just the clothes, but like the bangs as well. The bangs are different. Like Maya has like one that's cut in the middle, but Nadia is side swept. Yes, the resemblance is uncanny. I should think Nadia would have taken advantage of that. Thank you for your help. If you have nothing else to add, you may go. I'm very sorry for my mistake. I'll do my best to make up for it. You can count on that. Nadia entered the chamber herself? Why would she do such a thing? A good question, and not one that could be explained by a premeditated murder angle. Nadia had prepared the bread that night, so if Pearl didn't drug the tea, it was the bread. The bread was drugged. Maya, when was the bread made? Right before I went to the chamber. It was still warm. Then I doubt Nadia cleaned her kitchen thoroughly enough to hide the evidence. So you're saying she entered the chamber, channeled the spirit, and did what exactly? Nadia drugged the bread, channeled the spirit, and then entered the chamber. What did she want to do in there? Wait. Switch places with Maya seems like the plausible outcome? Dude, but what if it's to kill Maya, though? What if it is to kill Maya? Let's just go down the rabbit hole. If Nadia actually wanted to kill Maya, that would be kind of crazy. There's only one explanation that makes sense. One reason she would have drugged Maya that night to make sure Maya couldn't move. She was planning to kill Maya. Oh, she shivered at that. Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that's a very bold claim. But why else could she have want Maya immobile? Why would she impersonate her specifically to get the key? No other explanation makes sense. Why are you proposing that she would want Maya dead? Could have been because she wanted to be master. Couldn't it? They were second cousins. Nadia and Greta hated each other. But Pearl would also have to die. There were signs of a struggle in the chamber. Pearl may have been defending herself. Defending herself? Think about it logically. Having to defend yourself from someone who wants to kill you is an easily as a traumatic experience. That would explain why she can't talk about it. But that's just speculation. Is it? Because it actually makes a lot more sense when you think about it. Pearl may have been trying to save Maya, not kill her. What if it was close? Then what if she almost failed? Between that and defending herself, who wouldn't be traumatized? You're making a lot of very good points, Mr. Wright. I hope you have the evidence to back up your theory. Can I prove it? I don't think I can. I don't think so. It seems a bit too easy if I could. No. No, I can't prove it at this time. Damn it. So close. I'm on something. I can feel it. Mr. Phoenix, Wright, there's an awfully big problem with your argument. Let's assume you're right, that Pearl was trying to save Maya. That doesn't preclude her from killing Nadia. It only makes it more likely. If you walked in and saw someone trying to kill Maya, what'd you do? I would do whatever it took to save her, including kill her assailant if you had to. Yes, without hesitation. But that's just me. You can't assume Pearl's actions based on mine. And what's more, most people would do something like that. Even you. Imagine if it was Edgeworth. Wouldn't you attack? Yes, of course I would. Thank you for your honesty, Mr. Phoenix Wright. But the point still remains. We don't know why she was there, and she still has a motive. Without proof of Pearl's intentions, nothing changes. We can now confirm that Nadia entered the chamber of her own free will. Let's look at the security log, shall we? From 12:32 a.m. until 3:59 a.m., the chamber door was open. Anyone could have accessed it. But there's still a 3-minute window in which it was closed. That's true, but it's not a very long time. My point is that Pearl could have walked in at any time while Nadia was in the chamber. Yes, but that would have been immediately apparent from looking at the chamber logs. We just figured out how the door was opened. Yes, and that's certainly valuable information. But what does that change? We know that Nadia was dressed as Maya, and that Maya was lying motionless on the ground. But if someone were to walk in, perhaps having grabbed a certain statue from the meditation room, it would be easy to mistake Nadia for Maya and from behind, even if she were channeling someone. Hmm. And who, other than the defendant, was a plausible motive for wanting to kill Maya? It could just as easily be the person Nadia was channeling. Besides, if she wanted to kill Maya, why would she then drag Maya all the way to the closet? Panic, adrenaline, fear. Be surprised if what someone is capable of in extreme circumstances. Who says it was Pearl who dragged Maya to the closet in the first place? Could have easily been Nadia intending to switch places with her for another reason. Pearl's guilt is perfectly plausible, especially if Nadia was the only person in the room. For all we know, Nadia only meant Maya to get out of the way for a few hours. But that still doesn't mean Pearl killed her. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that she killed Nadia while intending to kill Maya. Think she would panic if she realized she'd killed the wrong person? She wouldn't kill. Okay, maybe in a hypothetical scenario, that might be the case. Very good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Not attacking my hypothetical scenario is progress for you. Now let's go a bit further with this. Let's use your familiarity with her now. Supposing she did kill Nadia and did panic. Would she then be able to commit a double murder? In a hypothetical scenario in which she'd already killed Nadia? No, I imagine she'd lose her nerve. Then sparing Maya instead of dragging her to the closet isn't outside the realm of possibility. Much as I hate to say that, she's right. Pearls would never kill anyone, but even if she did, she could never kill two people in one night. Even Francisca doesn't think so. You're proposing that she snuck up behind Nadia and killed her, right? But if that's what happened, there would be no struggle. It would be instantaneous. So why was there all glass on the ground? Perhaps she intended to look like a struggle. By smashing centuries worth of family heirlooms? Pearls? Hawaiian Village was all she'd ever know for years. She'd never do that. And what's more, she knows enough about forensics to know that she'd risk leaving evidence. She knows what luminol is. She wouldn't leave a blood trail on her bathroom. That would be incredibly stupid. Murder aside, she wouldn't do that. I will grant you that, Mr. Wright. I don't believe her foolish enough to risk it. So you admit there's still a lot we don't know. Instead of going around in circles, maybe we could get out the diagram of the chamber? Let's look at the evidence that was found again. Maybe we can figure something out. Alright, that's a good idea. Alright, so here's the basic layout of the summoning chamber. Here's where the blood trail lit up with luminol. The scrubbed discolored spot was here. The shard with Pearl's blood on it was here. And here's about where I was laying on the chamber floor. And Nadia? I don't know where she was dead. Are we supposed to be looking for something? I'm not sure, but I don't really remember much about what happened in there. It's good we're going over this again, but is there a point? Is there a contradiction that might poke holes in Francisca's narrative? Okay, so wait, I think there is. I think I know. I got it. The contradiction is right here. Yeah, because where Maya was lying, the body was found on top of the discolored spot. It was found on the discolored spot, right? But then there's where the shard was located, right? Wait, the blood trail is down here, and the glass shard is up here. Look at where the shard is located, behind the pillar at the top. It's an easy spot to miss, but there's something else that's wrong here. The blood trail is towards the bottom. And yet Pearl's blood ended up on the glass shard all the way across the room? It's simple, isn't it? She threw the object that cut her. Why? Why throw the object across the room in the first place? There's only one person in this room who could answer that question. And she's unable to tell us right now. True, but that does raise reasonable doubt. Even if my client brought the statue into the chamber herself, why would she throw glass around? She'd have to drop the statue. That wouldn't make any sense. Like I said, adrenaline can make us do extraordinary things. She may have grabbed the statue for self-defense, for all we know. Then, when things got out of hand, she attacked. If she had to attack from a distance, she most certainly could have thrown the statue. She would have had to use the glass. There, now back to your saving Maya theory. Do you see how it makes no difference? Maybe we're thinking about this the wrong way. There's no proof she even saw Nadia that night. Oh? Very glad you brought that point, Mr. Wright. We agree that she had to have the spare key to have Nadia's purse unlocked, yes? Yes, most likely. Nadia was found with no key anywhere on her person. Would you agree then that tracking down the spare key would lead us to our killer? Yes, it probably would. Well then, it's very fortunate that I took a quick look around this morning before the trial. As it happens, I managed to find it myself. In Pearl Faye's room under her pillow. What? Order! I will have order! Miss Von Karma, this is very compelling evidence. Why don't you submit it? I simply didn't have the time. As I said, I investigated this morning. Have you got anyone to back up your story? I was investigating with Miles Edgeworth. I'm sure he would be willing to back me up. That doesn't mean anything. Pearl could have found it after the fact. Really? I suppose you have proof of that. Perhaps you'd like to ask the defendant her side of the story. Don't you dare antagonize her. Doing nothing of the sort. She's welcome to explain herself at any time. I'm sure her testimony would clear up a lot of your questions. She's had a panic attack every time she's pressed about the incident. Why do you suppose that is? Stop it. I won't let you talk about her that way. There's another explanation. Yes, you've made your personal opinion abundantly clear. You want the jury to acquit your client? Prove it, Mr. Wright. The only thing that belongs to a trial is evidence. In a trial, it's evidence. Anything else has no place. Is she challenging me to prove her wrong? Or am I just reading too much into this? Hang in there, Pearls. There's always someone else. And I'll make them pay for putting you through this. Well, how much longer are you going to stand there muttering to yourself? We can't know why the key was in her room, if we don't know what happened in the chamber. We don't even know when she was in the chamber in the first place. Oh, but we do. As a matter of fact, I've managed to procure a witness who saw Pearl the night of the incident. I only need a moment to prepare her. Yes, I think we can all use a break. Court will resume in 20 minutes. Woo, baby. That was a lot. To be continued, and I think now is actually a perfectly good time to stop this video for now. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why.